Okay. So, hi, everybody, and welcome. We're so excited that you are here. If you're catching the recording, hi, we're so excited to share more about the coaching opportunity with you. I'm going to go ahead and start. So, my name is Lauren, and I've been coaching for about 2 years. But the funny thing is I had absolutely no intention of coaching at all. In fact, I had signed up as a customer originally. And then as soon as I went on my stories and shared that I was doing a workout from home, Carmen, who is going to be speaking tonight as well, she joined me. So that's how I got started in this whole thing, but it was never my intention. And just it's completely changed my life. I'm married. We're expecting a little girl in August. And we live 45 minutes above Santa Barbara, and I am coaching full time, which is a huge blessing. So, Carmen, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself and then introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hey, I am Carmen Bengoa, and I live in Idaho. I'm a mother of two girls. I live on 30 acres, and we rope, we ride, we barrel race, we rodeo, we do that whole gamut. I'm a full-time school counselor, so coaching for me is something that I do as part of just my life to stay healthy. So I had zero intention of coaching. I wanted to increase my accountability, and I wanted to bring more women along this journey with me. So that's why I started coaching, and I will always do it part-time as long as I'm a full-time school counselor, which I plan on for doing that for quite a while. So it works well with having a full-time job if that's something you want, and continuing to inspire and help ladies along the way.
I love that. Is it my turn? Hi, everyone. My name's Noletta. I'm 31 years old. I am currently pregnant, due with our first child here in 2 weeks. I can't believe it. And little baby boy, his name will be CJ. I currently have a full-time job working as a nutritional advisor for a supplement company for mainly animals. So I've always been pretty health conscious. I came across Beachbody mainly because I was traveling a lot for work, and it was something that I could do on the road and stay fit. And then as far as like when I started living the results and feeling the results, I wanted other people to do the same. And so then Lauren encouraged me to kind of get into coaching. And so since it kind of went along with what I do anyways as a profession, it was really fun to start incorporating that with other women and getting them feeling good and fit. And it's been fun because there's a lot of girls at my work who started doing it with me. And so they're seeing the results and feeling the results. And it's been really fun. My intention is to use this as a secondary job with my primary job because I love helping people with their animals. That's what I went to school for. I have a bachelor's in animal science. As far as other things go, though, coaching also has helped put groceries in the fridge. So it's been kind of a plus there, too.
That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it's amazing how coaching's come into our lives kind of all unexpectedly, and mainly because it's helped us get results, and that's kind of like snowballed. And a lot of people find that as well. Like a lot of our coaches come from people who do a program, get results, and then people are so inspired by their journeys that they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? And so that's kind of how coaching can naturally start for a lot of people. So next I want to talk about like, what were your hangups when you were deciding to coach? I know both of you have full-time jobs, you're busy, you have horses and animals, and Carmen has two kids, and there's like a lot going on in all of our lives. So what were your hangups? For me, I had tried selling other products and tried other MLM companies, and it felt really, really, really salesy for me. And so when I was approached by this opportunity, I was like, no, like I am not getting into that, because before, when I tried selling, it just like I burned all my bridges with my family and friends, like trying to like get them to buy stuff, and it just didn't feel like authentic, and it didn't feel like really true to me. And so when this whole coaching thing came around and Beachbody came around in my world, I literally, like I said, I just started sharing from day one, like before day one even started. And so when I started sharing my experience and my journey, and like the first weekend of my first program, which I did the 21 Day Fix, we traveled 8 hours to a wedding. And I had Austin carry my weights to the hotel room. Like I got up early, like did my workout, followed the nutrition plan, but also like enjoyed wine and wedding cake, you know? So for me, I was like, wow, like I can get results by actually eating what I want, but just in proportion, and like picking and choosing like what was important to me for the day. Like I knew I wanted wine at night. So then I just like modified. So my hang up was that I was going to be salesy and I didn't want that feeling. But instead I literally just shared, and I didn't sell anything. We have nothing to sell, because like in that way, because it's up to the individual person to want to make a change. So you can't tell somebody to eat, you know, the cucumbers instead of the potato chips with their sandwich, right? So it really came from within, and sharing my experience and sharing my results. So my biggest hang up was that this was going to be another sales gig that wasn't going to be right for me.
Okay, so sales was a hang up for me also. I am not in sales. I'm not a salesman. That's just not who I am naturally. But so that became not an issue because I realized that Lauren invited me to change my life. She wasn't selling me anything. She was inviting me to be a part of her and her journey. And then as my community has grown, I'm just inviting people, and I want to reach out to them just out of kindness. So that became not my biggest hang up. Then I went through a phase where I was getting a master's, and I think my biggest hang up became not feeling that I knew enough about nutrition, not feeling that I had enough certifications, because every job I have had specialized training, teaching, school counseling, becoming a professor. It's all about education and proving that you have the certificate. So I had to work through that. And once I worked through that and realized that I am learning as I go, and I just put a little bit of professional development in what was offered to me through Beachbody, because there are tons of videos and blogs and articles. And once I started sharing that in my community, I became more confident that I did know what I was talking about, or at least had the resources to reach out to other coaches within our community to ask, how do we count this? What does this look like for this person? Help me with this person's nutrition, get them results. So that was a hang up for me. Actually kind of after I started coaching through this process.
Okay, so I would say the number one biggest hang up, I even wrote it down, was basically getting organized enough to help other coaches, because time was an issue. Because I work a full-time job, I'd come home, we have horses, we live on a ranch, and then I would compete in barrel racing, and so time was of the essence. And so getting organized as far as helping coaches be successful, or helping others be successful with their fitness and wellness journey. And so that took me a while. It took me some time to kind of watch other coaches, see what they're doing. One of the best things that I took into account, like as far as advice goes, was time management. I'm going to be honest, I still struggle with it, like especially now on maternity leave. But managing your time, meaning like in the morning, taking care of those responsibilities, helping people get to where they need to be, having all the resources in the right places, things like that. So that's still slightly my hang up. Another one, I always thought it was money. So like when I first started, when you look at a challenge pack, it's over $100. Sorry, that was my dog. It was over $100. And so as far as like that mindset goes, I guess you would say, it was $180 or $180 of groceries. But then when I took into account that Shakeology was part of my groceries, because I would have a shake every day for lunch or breakfast, the amount of money that you're spending on yourself to become healthy, it was way less than you'd ever expect, because it was like $4 to $5 a day. So that was pretty interesting. And so getting over that hump has helped me kind of explain that to other people. So I'd still say for people that is a hang up, that I'd love to kind of conquer and help them with, for sure.
Yeah, that's so true. That's something that we hear a lot, and it's something where you have to say, it's kind of like the cucumber versus chip thing. You have to realize that what you're doing is making a decision for your health, and it's so much more than that. I mean, I had a brand new coach join last week, and when she got her Shakeology, within 2 days her IBS is gone, which I know is like insane, but it's the truth. And she's like, she was so happy. And sometimes it acts that fast and sometimes it takes a little longer for people, but it's just like, when you realize the value of the nutrition and the product that you're putting in your body every day, day after day, like that's when you get results. So Noletta, I totally agree with that, like 100%. Okay, so I want to next then talk about what like a day in the life of coaching looks like. So right now, since January 1st, I've been coaching full time, but that wasn't always the case. So I'm going to take you back to last year when I was coaching full time, working full time, had a 35-minute commute each way, had a lot of extracurriculars after work for work. So like an event every other Thursday night, Saturday meetings, like a bunch of stuff, right? So for me, I just decided to do power pockets. So I would wake up, I would do my gratitude journaling, my personal development reading, which we can talk a little bit about, and then do my workout, and then I would check email before I got in the shower. And then I'd get in the shower, make my shake, pack my lunch, and off to work I go. Before I went into the building, I would check my DMs. Like, did anyone respond in that 35-minute commute? Okay, and then I'd go inside, and if my boss wasn't there, sorry, but it's the truth, I'd check my email, personal email, make sure like no one needed help right then and there. And then on my lunch, I would literally like zone out, eat my lunch at my desk, and work for like the 30 minutes straight, responding to people, posting to my stories, engaging with people, commenting on people to see if they're interested, like inviting. And then when I got home, it was like time for family and dinner and my dog and doing the dishes from lunch and like all the things that we all do, right? So basically I just found like another like half hour to an hour, and then I set aside certain times during the weekdays. So like Monday night, I decided to make like my coaching night. So I do like multiple hours on Monday night. And then Austin knew that. And that was something that was like a little bit hard at first, because he was like, well, like we're, after dinner, like, I'm missing my time with you. And I was like, I know, but like, this is really important to me. And then on the weekends, like I saw, you guys, I had a fashion blog for 4 years. And within like the last 2 years, I've made double what I made with the fashion blog in 4 years. So I really understood the importance and the value of the financial commissions that you can make through this company. And so for me, I was like, okay, we love to golf. And I was like, okay, I'm going to play 9 holes with you, and then I'm going to go home and work. And Austin was like, what? Because I love golf. But I saw the value in spending multiple hours on the weekend, and that was my choice. You don't have to do that, but I want to build a big business, right? And so that to me was like the honored sacrifice that I needed to make in order to make this business what it is. So a day in the life for me looks a lot different now. Now I have very structured days. Like I do all my own work for my business in the morning. I don't do any one-on-one calls until after 1 p.m. I'll do nutrition calls. I have coaching calls. I do sneak peeks on other people's pages, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, the biggest thing is that before you have to plan it out, and it takes time, but that's what my life looked like before.
Okay, so I work as a school counselor 9 months out of the year. So when I'm working, I get up at 4:30 just to get to work. So what I do during that time is I start my day with an Audible personal development book, like while I'm doing my hair or something like that. Or my personal development might be with coaching. So they have these 411 coaching calls on Monday, and I like to go back and replay those while I'm getting ready in the morning. That kind of gets my mindset around coaching and provides me with some development around that. And then that if I have time, I'll sit down with my hot water and I check in with my group. So I like to check in first with my current challengers and my ladies and look at their nutrition and make sure that they're on track, and pick maybe one that day that I talk to personally and go through their nutrition and send them a message. Throughout the day, I try to take pictures and I try to post while I'm at work, but it's pretty chaotic. I got 450 kids in my school on my caseload, so I don't have a lot of time. And so throughout the day, I just try and post on my stories and share what I'm doing to stay healthy. When I get home, the first thing I do is drink my Energize. Sometimes I drink it at work on my way home, and then I work out. Before I do anything else, I sometimes don't even unload my car, because as I'm cooling off from my workout, I can do that. I do film and take pictures of my workout to be able to post and have that ready. Then I start preparing dinner. We like to eat early, and that gives me a time frame from 6 to 8 to do anything coaching. So that gives me that time to do my reach outs. It gives me my time to spend with my family or create some content, just whatever that night looks like. I take that 2 hours. So it's a little bit different now that we're not going to school, but when I am in school, I try and do like meet with 5 people or reach out to 5 people on Instagram, or invite 5 people. And so it's a little bit slower for me. Then on the weekends is when I take care of my group. So I create my whole weekly post for my nutrition group on that weekend, along with continuing to connect, post on my stories, and invite. Those are the main things I focus on for me. Now that I am getting to work at home, all I've changed really into that daily life is I have more time to invite and to reach out to people, because I have scheduled office time that is much different than working full time. So.
God, I love that. I wish I was as organized as you two. Day in coaching for me, especially when I'm working, is kind of all over the place, because with our job, it's not just 8 to 5. There's some days where we go in 6 to 3 or 7 to 4. And so I kind of do spend my mornings now. I've gotten in that habit of best advice again was personal development and taking time for yourself in the morning. And then I'll kind of go through and text and answer DMs and things like that. And then depending on the morning or the day, I would actually then try to do some invites at that moment in time. But as far as the rest of the day goes, anytime that I felt like I had a little bit of time, I would check my Instagram Messenger. I would check, Facebook, my text, things like that. And when I was working, I was mainly doing my workouts at lunch. And then that way the girls that I work with could do them with me. So that was kind of fun to have them doing it with me. And we would do the workout and then have the shake for lunch. So it was kind of like a routine thing. As far as my days go now on maternity leave, and since COVID started, it's a little different. I was still trying to incorporate, as far as my workouts go, at lunchtime, and personal development in the morning and check-ins. But right now I kind of feel like I'm utilizing all day for coaching. So it's kind of a blessing right now, but getting organized has been my number one goal, and I feel like I'm doing better at that. And then time management, best advice again that I've ever had. So writing out actually like every hour as far as what you think you should be doing those hours. And one coach I watched on our 401 Live that Carmen was talking about, she even mentioned like setting a timer, things like that. So the Audible books are things I really should get into. Those are good advice. And rewatching those 401 Lives helped me a lot as well, like Carmen said. you end up learning so many things you think you already know, but it's really interesting, like how there's, I mean, I guess I can't even say, like, thousands of women out there that coach, and they all have their own little techniques. And so learning from them is kind of fun, because I think you can use a lot of this stuff in daily use. So if you do have a full-time job, you can use these things in most situations. Like for Mary and I, we work together at Platinum. And so a lot of the stuff I started incorporating with that job, and I honestly felt more successful with that. So, but coaching right now is just, it's super fun. People are really excited. So I guess I don't mind utilizing my whole day. I do try to take off at night for my husband and I. So I put the phone down at night, and that's why I check messages in the morning. So that's pretty good advice if anyone wants to take it. But yeah.
That's amazing advice, actually. And I think the biggest thing is to set business hours. So like set business hours for yourself. If you can only coach for 30 minutes a day, maybe that's from 5:30 to 6 in the morning, or like right after your workout, or maybe that's right when you get home from 5 to 5:30, or whatever. But if you only have a short time, Beachbody actually provides us with a checklist. And this checklist is awesome, because if you don't know how to, it's like you have an hour to work a day, this is what you do. And if you only have like 15 minutes a day and that's all you can put into the business, that's fine. You can still grow your business. It might take a little longer, but then you can like select the things that are going to grow your business, and we help you do that too. So you're never just like alone, like good luck, So yeah, setting blocks of time, business hours is amazing. And the 411 is a Monday morning call. I think Carmen mentioned it, and Noletta just did too. And that's where it's from corporate. So every Monday morning there's a call where all the coaches can listen to them, to the call, and it's like a random coach who's had success, and then she's sharing her tips. So it's like, you're just glued to watching it, because there are these tangible takeaways that you can then put into your business like that day. It's awesome. Okay, so really quick, we'll do these two a little bit faster. So what's your favorite program, and what's your favorite product? So for me, I had gone to the gym, and I was like staring at the weights. Like I had no idea what to do with the weights. I was super uncomfortable, super embarrassed. Like I knew how to do curls, and like literally that was it. And so I was like, I don't know. And so I never got results because I was scared to lift weights. So for me, when I first started, like I said, with the 21-day fix, which was weights and cardio and abs and this whole entire mix. And for the first time in my life, I lifted weights and felt confident and got insane results. Also because the nutrition was coupled with that, and that makes a huge difference. But the 21-day fix will have to always be my favorite program, because it introduced me to this life and completely changed the trajectory of like literally my path. Favorite product might have to be Energize. It's so dang good. So I literally will get out of bed for this. So I put 1 scoop in like an entire 25-ounce thing of water and drink it while I'm doing my reading and gratitude in the morning. And then I'm ready to press play on my workout. Also, of course, I have Shakeology every day, Beach Bars. I mean, they're all good. Carmen?
Okay, so I am with Lauren. I love 21-day fix, and I always go back to it. It's a great 3-week program when I kind of need a break. I fell in love with the bar program, and I am going to go back to it. I am not very big, but I'm not very lean. And with that program, I leaned out. So I definitely got results from 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme. And then I don't know if we went on to 8 day or 4. And all of them, but the bar program like transformed my body to a different look. And so that program for me was my favorite, and I loved the moves. So that was fun. And my favorite product, that one is hard. So I got to pick more than one because it's the whole system together. So I don't know if one alone, I would feel comfortable just living with one alone and like I can do this. So I love the Energize. I love it for a couple of reasons. You're allowed to drink it twice a day. So if I work out in the morning, I drink it in the morning. And then at 2, 3 o'clock, I get sometimes cravings because I get really tired. If I know I can't go lay down, I have another glass of Energize. It is refreshing. It helps me build up some energy. I don't drink coffee anymore. And I never thought I would say that. And I was a creamer girl. So Energize, I feel, has replaced my coffee and given me that drink that is healthy to keep me going. So it's my number one. Number two is my shake. If I don't have my shake and the days I skip it, I definitely have cravings and I struggle more nutrition wise. So that's a big one for me. I feel like Energize, has really replaced that caffeine that I needed in a much better way. And then the shake for sure gives me that fulfilling to start my day and fight cravings. And I don't like to eat fruit, so it also gives me a place to put my frozen fruit in. So I love it. And then the third thing is the beach bars. I take one to work. And so when I am working in a normal day, I don't sit down. I have to eat in 10 minutes. That's as long as I get before I know I'm going to get interrupted. So a beach bar has a carb in it, and it has a teaspoon, and it has protein. So it's like the perfect snack for me to have with a hot cup of water and feel like, oh, that moment, that 10-minute moment. So those are my top three.
I love that. I don't think I can give up coffee. I mean, I'm so proud of you, Carmen, for giving up coffee. So favorite program by far, I'm like a hardcore 21 Day Fix lover. Autumn, I have a girl crush on her. She's just amazing. But at work, I used to always do mixed workouts because we actually had coaches that would come to our gym at the office where I work. And we had yoga, Pilates, and CrossFit. So with 21 Day Fix, I loved the concept that she incorporates pretty much those same things in workouts throughout each one. So I started with 21 Day Fix, except since I was doing CrossFit, I felt like I could bump up to the extreme. And I tell you, her workouts kicked my butt. Like, they were great. And so anyhow, that one was great, especially pairing it with the containers. So like the containers for me helped me more when I was on the road than when I was home. It gave me an idea of portion size. And so whether I, ate out, I could kind of judge based on what they brought me. And then I would, take leftovers or whatever I needed to do. And as far as containers go, like learning the proportions of everything that you should have. Like I used to try and count macros and do that kind of stuff, but it's not as easy as it looks when you're counting macros. So so that concept was my favorite. And then product wise, I mean, I love Energize, but my two favorites I would say are the Shake, so the Shakeology, and then the Recover. So if nobody's tried the Recover, which I know Mary's obsessed with the Recover, it tastes like a chocolate milkshake. It's amazing. I don't know what they do to it, but it's amazing. But the shakes in particular so I had a lot of health problems, my digestion, and for a long time, like protein powders, I just couldn't find one that made me feel full. And the fact that there are so many superfoods in it and that they help with your immune system, and digestive enzymes are a big one that they add in there. And then the probiotics and prebiotics, I think, can help too. The shakes have been amazing for me. And I got sick in December when I was in Vegas for work, and being pregnant and sick, you can't really take anything. It's terrible. And so I relied on those shakes to keep me full. And like some days when I was sick there, because I was quarantined there in Vegas for a week. So when I was sick there, I would drink maybe 2 a day, and it was a lifesaver. So I kind of put all my love into the Shakeology for sure. But otherwise, I think after the baby's born, I'll probably like Energize even more. But for now, I haven't really drank it too much. So So I'm sure I'll be on your guys' level after that. I still will have coffee though. I can't go without coffee.
I love it. And also, you guys, Recover, which Noletta mentioned, is like a post-workout supplement. It's a powder, and you can drink it with water or milk or put it in coffee and make like a mocha. And basically, it helps with muscle recovery and soreness. So it helps get over that faster than you would just on your own, which is super great, especially when someone's starting like a brand new program. To recommend that to them is an awesome product. Because I know I was like super sore the first couple weeks, and I was like, wow, thank God for this product. Okay, so I just want to kind of, I want to be mindful of everyone's time and wrap up here in a few minutes, but I just wanted to say, you guys, we talked about a lot of different things tonight, but one thing that we didn't mention was that Beachbody actually has benefits, incentives, how to make money, trips, events, like all of those things as well. So I'm not going to go into each one and get like so specific, but just so you know, every July we have our big coach summit where thousands of coaches come together, fly into a specific location, and we get trained by leaders. We have breakouts. We have like by status. So like if you're an emerald coach versus a diamond coach versus a 2-star coach, you go to different trainings. So they can, and then there are specific speakers to train on that particular like area and part of the business where you are, where you're at. And then there's parties, like not dance parties, like there's parties and workouts with all the super trainers, like Autumn will come, like Joel will come, like all the, like Sean T, like all these people will come. And then like literally last year, you guys, Rachel Hollis was the guest speaker. So it's like, oh, okay, sure, no big deal, just Rachel Hollis. So they like do it up. It's amazing. And like the energy and the vibe, it's like insane. It totally changed my business because it was like, well, this is real, like, and I'm going to do this. And then we have trips. So like, unfortunately, because of the virus, last month in March, I actually earned an entire free trip to Punta Cana, which is in the Dominican Republic, for 5 days, 5 nights with me in Austin for free because of coaching that Beachbody was going to pay for. So insane. I already qualified for the trip next February or March to Mexico. So, you know, there's these amazing trips. And like when you're there, you just feel the energy. You get to go on vacation all because of your hard work. And it just feels so good. So there's things like that as well. And then like next weekend, or is it this weekend? What's the date? Oops, brain puns. Next weekend, we're doing like a virtual event, Beachbody is, like a super weekend on Saturday in the morning that Beachbody is hosting. So everyone can kind of like log in live and go to this event because of the virus. Normally we do a super Saturday every couple months, 4 times a year. And basically you can get together at someone's house or like an event center, different people host them. And then there's like trainings and things like that. So yeah, so Beachbody offers a lot of that sort of thing. And then as far as payment goes, like we get paid on commission. So if somebody signs up with the challenge pack, which is like the bundle, which many of you may have already signed up with, you know, you get paid for helping other people with that bundle to sign up with. And then if they get like a subscription commission, like all of us get our Shakeology, our bars, pre-workout, all that stuff, like on a subscription commission, because we can't live without it. You get residual income from that month after month after month. And then you also get retail commission. So if somebody were to call you and say, hi, like I see you drinking that thing, I want to drink that too, but I just want to try it one time. That is where you know, you make retail commission. So there's multiple ways, multiple streams of income. And then once you hit different ranks, you make more income on the same situation, the same product. So that's why rank is important. And by helping people under you on your team hit certain ranks, and you also get commission as well. So yeah, so that's kind of it. I wanted to open it up if anybody had any questions. And before we close, I wanted to say the next steps. So if you are interested in joining our team or learning even more about coaching and you haven't already signed up yet, reach out to your coach, the coach who invited you here. We'd be happy to have a one-on-one call with you. We can all get together and do another call, or you can just have a one-on-one with them. But in the meantime, does anybody that's live on this call have any questions? You can put them in the chat too if you don't want to say anything. And if not, then feel free to reach out to any of us with questions. And thank you guys so much for being here. And Carmen, Noletta, any last words?
Go ahead, Carmen.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, I think that coaching is a great opportunity at all levels. And so whatever your personal goal is, they really inspire you to do you and be you, and to not compare yourself with others. And I think that goes even for our journey, our fitness journey, to not compare yourself with others, but also as a coach. So it builds a lot of internal strength that I think is really positive with this experience.
Someone muted. I agree with Carmen, because whether you think you want to coach for other people, just being an influence for other people is an amazing start. So this gal that was on 411 Live this last Monday, she talked about how some people get really excited about the coaching business and they want to jump, you know, all feet in and rev up their Instagram and pay for a website and get a blog going. But really having your own success to share is where you're going to have a lot of influence. And then same with what Carmen said, not comparing yourself to other coaches, especially if you're on Instagram or social media, because that's just going to bury you. So you kind of got to find what your passion is and do it for your passion. You know, the money is nice and the money will come, but it does take time sometimes. So I'm just going to be honest there, because it's taken all of us a couple years to get where we are. And, you know, so we still have a little ways to go. But yeah, I just encourage everyone to really just share their success, whether you want to be a coach or not. There's so many women out there that are looking to kind of find someone that's just like them.
Oh, I couldn't have said it better myself, you guys. It's so true. And this is a long-term business strategy. And if you decide to coach, you have to think this is a startup. You know, you're starting from scratch. And it's a do and then learn business. So all of us have literally done things. We've tried the programs, we've done this, and then we've shared it. And that's how we learn and that's how we grow. So, so excited for all of you guys. And we hope that you join our team. We would love to have you. And thank you all for being here, and have a wonderful evening. All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye.